In this video, we will define four terminal elements called control sources. The basic symbol of a control source is shown on screen. It consists of four terminals A, B, C, and D, and a pair of voltages V1 and V2, and a pair of currents I1 and I2. The four terminals are grouped into pairs of two each. For example, the terminals A and B are called the sensing terminals, and the terminals C and D are called the controlled terminals. Next, we will define four kinds of control sources. All of them will have the same basic representation as shown on screen, in the sense that they will have a pair of sensing terminals and a pair of controlled terminals. The first kind of control source that we will study is a voltage-controlled voltage source, abbreviated as VCVS. The sensing terminals for this source are A and B, and the controlled terminals are C and D. All controlled sources are drawn with a diamond symbol connected to the controlled terminals as shown on screen. The function of the sensing terminals is to sense the voltage V1 and not draw any current from the circuit such that I1 is equal to 0. At the controlled terminals, we have a voltage source shown by the diamond symbol, and the value of this voltage source V2 is equal to a constant A times the sensed voltage V1, such that V2 is equal to AV1 as shown on screen. The control terminals are connected to a voltage source, and the behavior of this voltage source is very similar to the source that we have seen previously, where if we were to plot the graph of the current I2 versus the voltage V2, then the characteristics of this voltage source would give us a horizontal line where the voltage would be defined as AV1 and the current I2 flowing through the source could have any value. To summarize, a voltage-controlled